Hello, beloved souls. Welcome to a commentary channel. My name is Jem, Jem. I'm a psychic medium, an author, a channeler, and a truth seeker. Now, I have been asked how to automatic write. So how do you do automatic writing? People do it differently, so I'm going to explain how I do it. Now, for some people, they have to enter into a trance. I don't. I just sit down, but I still my mind, and I say to this, spirits of love and light, protect me as I write. The reason I say that is because in the past, when I did do channeling, there were times that at part of my life I was a drug addict. Drug addiction lowers your vibration, and when you lower your vibration, you can allow darker things to come through. So if you're sitting down and you're going to what it is practice. For me, it's like, how can I explain this? A voice, a neutral voice in my head, it's neither female or male, like a station that's a radio station if you want, and it tells me words, and I quickly try and write down what it says. Sometimes, though, the words come so fast that I might filter with my human brain, and it tells me things that I can't possibly know, knowledge that's beyond my learning, my understanding, stuff about physics that I never knew, and other stuff. I also want to go back and say, if this voice comes through and it's telling you really evil, harmful stuff, that is not connection to a higher realm. That could be a few different things. It could be mental illness. It could be that you're connected to darker forces, because in this channeling, when you channel, you have to be very careful what you're channeling. There are tricksters out there that pretend to be things that they're not. Now, I never get names. Some people who channel will get a name, or they'll say, we're from the star system, whatever. The only time once when I was channeling did I ask where the spirits were from, they said the fifth dimension. And I said, what's your name? And they said, we don't have names. We are the higher self of you. Or we are the source. And I said, this is questions. I said, oh, can you see all dimensions if you're in the fifth dimension? And they said yes, that they can see the lower dimensions. And by the fifth dimension, there were infinite dimensions and infinite games. And in my early stages of when I first started writing some stuff, if I'd write and this was new information that I didn't know, my son at the time would go on the internet and look up and say, Mum, I've just verified that is such and such, but I didn't possibly know it. I'm not claiming that what I write or channel is the truth. We each have to find our own truths, but I am claiming it is true for me. It preaches, or preaches a wrong word. It comes from a place of love, not a place of fear. If it's a place of fear, having said that, that's not to say that I haven't had messages of things that are going to happen in the future, because I have. And again, I need to talk about that. When you are looking into the future, that's one timeline, that's one possibility. Man or humans create by thought. So we may all be at a certain vibration thinking certain things, and that timeline is going along then suddenly we might say tomorrow be thinking something different or be acting in a certain way, so the timeline will split to something else. That's why when people say, well, if you're a psychic and you're a medium, how come you can't predict lotto? And that's because we can only, like I said, there's infinite and probabilities and possibilities. So in one timeline, yes, maybe I have predicted the lotto, but not just in this lifetime. The other thing is that this is a gift, and it's a gift where I don't believe you should profit from it. It's not what I'm saying. It's not a gift where it's given to you so I can be a billionaire. And besides, that might not be my soul agreement. So when I came to be playing Gem, I may have said, yes, I'm going to be a psychic medium, but I'm going to live a poor life. And so it is. And the other thing is, everything exists in the now. Time is not linear. So past, present, and everything is happening right now. And the other thing I don't look up someone's information. If you say to me, can you do me a reading please, Gem? I'll say, all I need is your name. And I don't look up any information. I don't do any of that. And off that, I'll just start listening, and I'll do an automatic writing for that person. But I say to them, if you've got something traumatic or something that's horrific in your past and you don't want me to know, don't ask me to do automatic writing for you, because it will reveal that. Secondly, I want to talk about my videos. A lot of videos, except for this one's just free flowing, coming to me as I'm talking, but normally I will save my work on a Word document, so I'll have to change screens because all I have got is a little LOGI camera and a second-hand laptop. I don't have any other fancy equipment. So if I'm specifically on a intense subject, for it to logically flow, I will save that to Word. This is especially when it comes to, for example, when I'm talking about the Christianity Bibles. I don't know 25 Bible verses off the top of my head. Oh, well, I can name you some verses off the top of my head, but I can't say, okay, that was in Corinthians 3 verses 2 or something. I can't tell you that. I can sprout verses at you, and I've drawn critics to say you've used ChatGPT. Well, lots of people use ChatGPT. Is there something wrong with that? I don't know. Anyway, when I discuss things that are free-flowing like this, I do not use anything but just me. But if I want it to be a logical flow, I will have saved the work to Word. And that's why sometimes when you watch my channel, you'll see a screen shift or a bit of a light, or you'll see my eyes going like this because I'm reading. Please don't hold that against me. As I said, I can't, off the top of my head, recite or know everything. And that's what I claim with the Bible. I have, and I'm all over the place here with this. I'm sorry about that. But I thought it was time I gave you a video that explained how I channeled and a video that talked about when I'm talking about Christianity. And I just also want to make it very clear. This God that is a Christian God is not my God. I believe that we are the creators and the creation. And throwing criticism at me, saying I don't know my Bible and you'll pray for me, is not going to change my belief. For years I've had to deal with, because when I was a Christian, in the Bible it teaches you that if you talk with the dead or if you do psychic work, that's satanic. And for years I've had to, because I was a Christian, deal with that trauma, that am I being satanic? And no, I use the Bible, the very thing that the Bible preaches, to test my own psychic and my own automatic writing. And it's by the fruits. And if the fruits is love, then is that not a good thing? If I was preaching, go take lives and go and condoned evil acts, yes, then that would be satanic and evil. Even my psychic and my channeling, I tell you, I do not condone evil acts. And another thing, I can also channel not just by writing, automatic writing, but I can channel by touching somebody. So just by touch, thoughts will come into my head. I've also been in abduction experiences. That's abduction by aliens. I've seen orbs. I've seen shadows. I've seen ghosts. I've felt things. A wide range, too much to fit into this video. And I'm sorry, it's all over the place. That's why I normally would use words, so it would flow logically. But I just wanted to give you a raw video of me. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other. Love, light, and blessings. Bye.